Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Femi Olalire, and I am here trying to set up a video for the citizenship education 2 course that I'm supposed to take you this semester. I'm sure that most of you are aware of the fact that there's an institution policy that announces that we should meet with you online and that we should go on with our lectures online. We should carry on our lectures online, and that is why I'm trying to set up this video as a form of introduction to the lecture, and how, if we are able to do this successfully, we would move on from there and commence the lecture proper, which is of course going to take the same shape, whether as videos or as PowerPoints or even as voice notes on WhatsApp. But I assure you that whatever we are going to do until the COVID pandemic goes away is going to be done online, and would ensure that all that we are supposed to do in the normal interface, in the normal classes, are covered up to a particular extent through this media, or through this medium rather. So I assume that this class is an ND2 class, and it is starting right about now because you've gone on a CWES, on IT training, if you like. And because you're just resuming, we just have to start the lecture now and cover some of the things that is expected of us in this semester. So the very first thing I'll do, like I said earlier, my name is Femi Olalire. I'm going to be taking you Citizenship Education 2. And what I intend to do today with this video is to quickly introduce you to the course, give you a course outline, and from there we begin to treat each of those outlines one after the other. And that will be in the subsequent interactions that we would have after today. So Citizenship Education 2 is more or less a continuation of Citizenship Education 1. It is the next level, or it is the next stage of what you have done in Citizenship Education 1. In Citizenship Education 1, the focus was more on the citizen himself, or most of the things you were taught in Citizenship Education 1 was about the citizens, their rights, methods of acquiring the Nigerian citizenship, and so on and so forth. And I'm sure you also did a bit of systems of government in Citizenship Education 1. We were also introduced to the fundamental objectives and directive policies of states. But in Citizenship Education 2, we'll be talking more about government. We'll be talking more about political parties. We'll be talking more about the electoral process. We'll also talk about bureaucracy, and we'll attempt to look at other things, including environmental education, health education, and some other things which differ, not very radically anyway, from what you did in the first semester, that is in Citizenship Education 1. So I'll quickly take you through the course outline, then we'll go on from there, maybe with our other classes, rather. So the first thing we'll do, the first topic we'll attempt to discuss in Citizenship Education 2 is the idea of government. Under that topic, we'll be looking at what government really means. Of course, government is a concept that is used loosely by most people. It is a concept that we deploy in different situations to represent different things. But for this course, we'll look at that concept clearly. We'll try to deconstruct it, and we'll look at the different definitions of government that applies to this course of study. We'll look at government from 3 major points of view. The first one is to approach government as a machinery of state. The second thing is to look at government as a set of public institutions. And of course, the third one would look at government as a subject matter, or as a course that is studied in schools. We would also look at the functions of government in any given state. That is, if we must have a government in a country, what is the duty of government? What does government do? Why do human beings, or why do human societies or states as we have them, why must they have governments in place? We will look at some of the functions of government. We'll attempt to look about 4, 5, 6, or 7 of those functions. And if we're able to do that successfully, we'll go on to look at some other forms of government. We'll go on to look at forms of government. If you are able to do that successfully, we'll move on to types. Sorry, we'll go on to look at organs of government. And by organs of government, we'll be talking about the legislature, the executive, and the judiciary. The second topic we'll be talking about or we'll be discussing in Citizenship Education 2 is party system, political parties, and the electoral process. Party system, political parties, and the electoral system. The crux or the discourse under that topic is mainly an exposition or is mainly an attempt to look at what political parties really are. We would examine what political parties are, we would attempt a definition of that. We would also look at some of the functions of political parties. Then we look at the electoral process. While looking at the electoral process, I would want us to understand that the electoral process goes beyond the election itself. The electoral process starts at the point where the government begins a compilation of the electoral register. That is a register that contains the names of those that are eligible to partake in elections. And the electoral process ends at the point where all disputes emanating from the electoral process has been settled by an appointed court of law. What have I said? I've just said that on the electoral process we'll be considering a situation, or we'll be looking at a situation where we'll first look at the compilation of electoral register, that is the names of people who are eligible to contest in an election. Then would end at the process or at the point where all cases arising from the elections have been settled. All forms of disputes arising from the elections have been settled. The third topic would go on to look at constituted authority. Constituted authority would be the third topic under that we'll be considering in this course. Of course, we'll look at what authority means. We'll attempt a definition or a conceptualization of the concept constituted authority. We'll also look at the idea of traditional authority, charismatic authority, and rational authority as different types of constituted authority. That is, we try to define what traditional authority means. We'll also try to look at the idea of charismatic authority and rational authority. Under this same topic, we'll examine bureaucracy. Bureaucracy meaning a style of administration where employees are governed or directed or are expected to work according to a particular set of rules and regulations. So we look at bureaucracy as a concept, we look at its origin, and look at reasons why bureaucracy has been seen to be ineffective in certain instances. Topic number 4, we look at national symbols and identity. National symbols and identity. National symbols and identity. We'll also look at man and his environment. That is topic number 5, man and his environment. Under that topic, we'll try to look at what our physical environment is. We'll also look at the activities of the Nigerian government as to how individuals, Nigerian citizens, have a role to play in the protection of our environment. We would also examine the basic components of the Nigerian environment. Basic components of the Nigerian environment. This comes under topic number 5, man and his environment. I have briefly mentioned 5 basic topics here. I have said that we look at the idea of government. I've also said that we look at party systems, political parties, and the electoral system. We'd look at constituted authority, and we will look at after constituted authority, we would also examine national identity and national symbols, and we'll conclude by looking at man and his environment. I hope that with the short period of time that we have in this semester, especially based on the fact that you have gone on CWES and you are resuming late, I hope that we'll be able to go through these 5 topics and do justice to them as we are expected to. So following this video, I would get in touch with you via WhatsApp. I'll give you a written form of this course outline. And of course, immediately after that, most of you must have seen this video, I will go on by engaging you through the WhatsApp medium as a way of carrying on with this lecture. I hope this video meets you well, and I hope that we would able to meet sometime soon to discuss the basis of this course, as in the topics that I've given you earlier. Thank you, and God bless.